What's up, Universal Fight League fans? Bill Gibbons coming back at you with another morning run vlog time. I got a couple things to talk about this morning. First thing I want to address is I am this hater on my channel, which you're always going to have hate saying, who am I to say Roy Jr. shouldn't fight no more? Okay, well, what I say to you, hater, is do you agree that all these people all over the world should pay $50 to watch a fight for a man to just run, duck, dodge, and hide and not fight? I mean, I don't want to pay $50 to watch that. Why would you? And if you want to pay $50 to watch a guy just hug another man and run around, then you're the problem, not me. Okay? Because I don't want to see fights like that. You know, everybody all over the world, when they paid their $50 to watch that fight, they were looking to see epic Hall of Famer Mike Tyson in that ring. And that's what Mike Tyson wanted to give us. Mike Tyson wanted to give us that. Roy Jones wouldn't let it happen. You know, simply from locking his arms up and running away. I mean, running away, dude. I've never seen anything like that. That was the most blatant run away from somebody in the ring I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, Mike Tyson, like I said, I think he's taken it very well. If I was Mike Tyson, I would be mad as hell at Roy Jones Jr. because he robbed everyone. And the biggest person that he robbed was Mike Tyson. Because, you know what I mean? Man, Mike Tyson, I mean, he's as big, if not bigger, legend than Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali is considered to be the greatest boxer of all time. And I think under Muhammad Ali comes Mike Tyson, and there's a lot better fighter with better records than Mike Tyson. But nobody did it like Mike Tyson did, baby, in the 80s. Nobody did it like Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson, he was not only a fighter, he was an entertainer. Okay, and when you paid to watch a Mike Tyson fight in the 80s and early 90s, you knew you was going to see some shit in that fight. And that's why back then, you didn't care what you paid for that fight because it was Mike Tyson fighting. Because you knew you were going to see somebody get knocked the fuck out or he was going to do something crazy. Possibly both. And, you know, that's what everybody wanted in that Mike Tyson fight. And that sucked, man. I just can't go on about how disappointed I am in that fight. But, and at the same time, good for you, Jake Paul, for the Nate Robinson knockout. And again, I ask, who do you guys think Jake Paul should fight next? I think Jake Paul should fight KSI next. You know what I mean? I do want to see Jake Paul in the ring with a real boxer. You know what I mean? That way, once and for all, he can shut everybody up that's saying he's not for real. And I'm calling Jake Paul for real. I am. And I don't care who doesn't like it. Jake Paul's for real. And I don't want to see him get embarrassed because he has worked too hard. He's been too dedicated for this for him to make a bad move now. Okay? Because you know, he's only got, what, 2 fights under his belt, and he's already fighting professionally and made a lot of money in the sport. So, and there's a lot of vultures out there that are going to try to convince Jake to cut his own throat for entertainment purposes. And I just hope that, it seems like Jake Paul's smart enough to not let that happen. That's why I think his next fight should be KSI. The next fight after that should be Logan Paul, and then his next fight he goes after a real fighter. A real, maybe an MMA guy, then a boxer. You know what I mean? Don't be in a hurry, Jake. You've been doing this for 3 years. You're excelling awesomely, but you're 23 years old. I understand it. Time is of the essence, but you still got time, man. So just don't hurry it, Jake. Keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. I mean, because the biggest mistake a lot of fighters make is they get to the point where Jake is, and then they start to think that they're better than what they are. And then they take on the wrong matches and ruin their whole career. So I'm real interested to see where he goes and how far he goes with his career. And if he makes the right decision, I think Jake Paul can go very far. And that's my opinion on Jake Paul, and I don't care who likes it, who doesn't like it. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. And this is my world. You're welcome to it. And since you're in my world of the Universal Fight League, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button over here. Please hit the like button over here. You know, according to my records on my studio, I mean, they've gotten better, but a lot of people that are watching me are not subscribing. And I just don't see what the big deal is. I mean, it tremendously helps me out a lot when you subscribe to my channel for me to try to be able to grow this platform. So please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Please make sure you hit that like button. Give me a comment down below whether you like me, love me, hate me, whatever. I want to hear about it. And I also want to hear who you guys think Jake Paul should fight next. And I also want to hear from you guys on, do you think Mike Tyson should fight again? And who do you think he should fight? I think the best matchup for Mike Tyson, and as far as hype goes, hopefully get is Evander Holyfield. I do. Now, I haven't seen Evander Holyfield move. Now, I had seen him in an interview, and I was like, there's no way that man's going to fight. Because he didn't seem all there in the head. I just seen a picture of him the other day, and he looks like he's keeping in shape. But I don't know how he's got it upstairs. I know he's kind of punchy too as well. And he's been in a lot of epic brawls in his day. He's been punched the head a lot, so it's only normal. But, so my big question is, does Evander Holyfield have it upstairs to compete against Mike Tyson? If he does, yes, that's the next fight to see. And I think that'll be way bigger than... I'm already forgetting his name, Roy Jones Jr., because that's what he did to himself. He's going to make people forget about him. He lost his legacy with that bullshit he pulled. Stay out the boxing ring, Roy Jones Jr. I'm saying it again. Stay out the boxing ring. But, yeah, I'd love to see Mike Tyson go against Evander Holyfield, and tell me what your thoughts are on that too. And everybody knows anything about Evander Holyfield's health, please comment that down below. Like I said, I know he does have some, health issues, but I don't know the extent of them or anything. So, but if he's all there, I'd love to see that fight. Well, that's this morning's run time. You can like my thoughts, you can hate my thoughts, but hey, they still always gonna be mine, baby. Until the next video, I love you. Peace.